candidates. They're all well-meaning people, and it's a very historic occasion. These people come together, along with myself, to try and fix things that we all know that has gone wrong. And I would suggest that we have nominated Mr. Duffy here as collectively, and Patricia to speak on our behalf of the reasons why we are here.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Gary, now you've given us a statement here, calling for Councillor Tully to step aside during the election campaign from here on. Why is that? Just to clarify.
Yeah, we'll go through the statement in a minute. We're just waiting. So we'll go through the statement, and what we've done is that the concern by the majority of the candidates is that Councillor Tully, as acting mayor, has not vacated the position for which he is standing. It is held that the mayor's position be made vacant during the election until a legally elected person is elected by the people of the position of mayor. The position is not vacant when Councillor Tully has been delegated the powers of the mayor by resolution of the council under section 165 of the Local Government Act and still retains his powers. Councillor Tully cannot simultaneously perform the functions of the mayor, the functions of a divisional councillor, and stand as a councillor for position he now holds but by delegated authority without first standing aside or resigning from the position. As acting mayor and as a divisional councillor, by nominating as a candidate for position of mayor, Councillor Tully is legally deprived of functions of office by reason of separation of powers. During the normal election, a CEO is delegated the powers to control the council without the mayor or councillors. This is to prevent the misuse of the position of the council or to gain advantage. The Union government changed the laws allowing for councillors to stand without first vacating the council position. At the first test of this law, it has been found to be fatally flawed and should be repealed. In the interests of the democratic rights of the people of Ipswich, we collectively, the candidates, demand that Councillor Tully vacate the position of acting mayor first thing Monday morning. Failing this, the Minister needs to exercise his powers and declare the position properly vacant and withdraw the delegated powers from Councillor Tully. Each candidate will respond to your questions individually. We came together not as a group but as a collective concerned about what is this election is about. It's about electing a person for a position of mayor, and that position can only be up for election if it is declared vacant. At the moment, Councillor Tully, as an acting mayor, has not vacated the position.
So are you suggesting that it's illegal for Councillor Tully to be the acting mayor?
Well, we think it's not a question of legality. It's a question of a democracy that even in when you have the council, which is an incorporated body, and it is an incorporated body, that if a president of any body or any corporation position came up for election, that president would stand down from that position. That position is declared vacant. A non-standing candidate would run the position until the election period was over.
So
at the moment, we don't have that.
So what do you think should what do you think should happen then? And who should run? Because obviously Councillor Tully has business like mayoral duties to perform. Who do you think should be performing this?
We have the CEO or the deputy mayor or a councillor nominated to be an acting mayor who is not going to stand for the position. Right? So if...
okay, I've got you. So you're not suggesting that no councillor should be doing the role. You're saying a councillor could do the role if they weren't running. So you're saying Councillor Antonelli or Tully shouldn't be?
Yeah, Councillor Antonelli. But Councillor Bromwich, as a current acting deputy mayor, could quite easily be the acting mayor because she's not a candidate in the election.
Okay.
But
So-
where we have Councillor Tully, who is going around performing the mayor's duties while standing as a candidate for that position, has not stood aside from that position.
Are you
And
saying that's giving him an unfair advantage?
it gives him a absolutely, and we all agree that that is not only an unfair advantage, but it gives him an unprincipled advantage in how democracy works.
Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head as to what this is about. I mean, I'm not quite sure, because there's some points of what the law is here, you've mentioned in here, and I'm not quite sure. I don't think, I'm going to be certain that he's not doing anything illegal by doing it. Because you're saying here the Newman government changed the laws, and I'm not sure about that. I'll be up front with you, but I guess what you're saying is this is a moral issue. Because I would imagine he's not doing anything illegal being where he is.
It's most likely not that it's not illegal, but what the Newnham,
It's a conflict of interest.
Yes.
Yeah, look,
what the Newnham government said is that if you want to stand for mayor, a councillor does not have to stand aside, right? But there was nothing in that rewrite of the law that said that an acting mayor did not have to stand aside.
Okay.
So they never went the next step. They never took the next step and ensured that there was a proper process during an election. Because at the moment, it would be like if in any other election where none of the councillors or none of the mayor had to stand aside to run for council.
Okay.
And that's what's here.
I think you've made that point clear now. Okay. Now, all of you agree with what Mr. Duffy has just said?
100%.
He spoke for all of you. I mean, is there anyone that disagrees with that?
Mr. Duffy did not speak for me, and I let Mr. Duffy know this morning that I wasn't comfortable with that media release, and that was primarily due to potential legal implications, because I don't believe that Councillor Tully or Councillor Anthony is doing anything illegal.
Well, you have never said that.
I think Mr. Duffy
Yeah,
just
and
said.
you clarified.
Yeah,
but
well,
I guess
how about I
that's
go with what you say
Okay.
here rather than what's on here? Because, I mean, this is
Perhaps-
just a piece of paper.
Perhaps if I may read
So what you're saying, if you agree with everything that Gary Duffy just said, but you don't...
What I agree with is
Yeah.
that we should be in caretaker mode. I would like to go a little bit further than what Mr. Duffy said. I don't believe that any current councillor should actually be in the role. I believe that the CEO should actually be in charge. Yes, he should be acting in the role, but I also do believe that we should be in caretaker mode. Now, I'm aware that at a state and federal level, the caretaker mode convention or principle is simply that. It's not legally binding, but we all know that were a state or federal government not to adhere to the principle, then that government or those governments risk being viewed as a little dodgy. And in the same way, I do believe, particularly in these special, unusual circumstances, in this special, unusual, bizarre election, if you like, the council should be in caretaker role. So in that sense, that's where Mr. Duffy and I disagree. But
The CEO should be
but
So,
correct.
Patricia, your suggestion is a democratic right for the people.
I do believe, yes, a democratic right of the people, and I don't believe that decisions, particularly decisions which are going to have very serious and long-term impacts, should be made at this point in time. I think all decisions should be put on hold until after the election.
Is there any decisions in particular you're worried about?
Absolutely, I'm very concerned about the sale of the Ipswich City Council building, the existing one. It will cost $350 million to build the new building. The
150,
community.
I think it's part of.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Part of
I
$150
stand
million.
corrected.
Yeah,
I
anyway,
stand
keep
corrected.
going. Yeah.
But in any case, the community have screamed out that they do not like the design of the building. They think it's a waste of money. The community doesn't feel as though it can add anything socially, culturally, economically to the CBD. And for that reason, I personally have an issue with the sale of this building. I don't think we should sell it. I think that it's appropriate for the people who are currently working for the
Well,
council,
for the citizens
and I
of the
think
city.
that it's a waste of money. So,
The people of the city.
and so, in terms of the decision, at the moment we know that negotiations are underway to sell this building. We don't know who to. We don't know whether that particular individual or organisation has donated to any of the sitting councillors. We don't know the circumstances of these negotiations, and I think until we have an election, we have to put a stop to it. We have to stop it right now. No more negotiations, no more going behind the scenes and working out a price. This needs to go to tender. If it is to be sold, it needs to go to tender. And other individuals, organisations, businesses, corporations, companies need to be able to compete fairly in order to purchase that building. So yes, I do have an issue with the sale of this building. I would like it to stop immediately.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
does anyone
I
else
agree.
want to make a statement?
Joel, it's a little more fundamental than that from my point of view. I agree with what they're saying, but this is just about respect for the community.
Start with your name and
Peter Robinson.
Yep.
Just for respect for the community, I would have thought these two guys would have told, Mr. Tully in particular, would just step back, stop business as usual, give the community a chance to decide what they want to do, and then if one of them's re-elected, well, so be it. But for the next few weeks, it's not going to be critical of the sale of this property. The mall's a different issue because it's probably already been signed up and happening. But just for the moment, give the community time to decide what they want to do.
Are you talking about all announcements on projects and council business? Is that what you're
Major
also...
decisions. So major decisions
Yeah,
around
that's
like selling this
critical.
building should just, for a matter of a few weeks, be on hold, pending that, and that's just giving the people of Ipswich the respect they deserve. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
Just coming back